morning, everybody. How are we doing? And I said good morning, but it's good evening. Good evening to you. Happy Hump Day. My name's Jimmy. I am your astute tourist. And welcome to an evening. I keep showing the camels. There they are. It's Hump Day. And I played the morning bumper, but that's all right as well. It's good to see everybody in the house today. Hope everybody's doing well. It is Hump Day. It's Wednesday the 15th. And we're going to do a little night program for you guys. Appreciate y'all for coming. Let's see who is in the house with us today. We have the man, the legend himself, Kenneth Oakes, is in from Daily Dose of the Bible. Kenny's saying hello. He's typing through the phone, and he's tagging everyone one by one. James Catnese is here with us today. Hello to you, my friend. Let's see. Shirley Anstey from Glitter World. She's presently snowed in Newfoundland. She's had over 50 centimeters of snow, 6-foot snow drifts, windy snow and blizzard. So we're thinking about you. I hope you're staying warm and comfy where you're at. Danny D, our good friend, is here. The super supporter. Yo, peeps, she says. Hi, Danny. Good to see you. Meg is here. Good evening to you. Meg, I need to get your address, your mailing address. So if you want to send that to me, I'd appreciate that. Let's see who else is here with us. Ocean to Ocean. Good evening to you guys. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Danny saying, what's up, Kenny? Meg saying hi to Kenny. Everybody's saying hi to each other. My good friend Sean Hefty is in the house. He's about to play ping pong, apparently. Good for you, Sean. Let's see. Terry, the crazy cat woman, is in the house. She finally gets to see me. Yeah, it's evening, so you get to come in and see what we're all about here. Yeah, no worries. I just have the gift there, or the prize that Paul won. He told me to mail it to you, so whenever you get a minute, send that out to me. And I'm getting all the prizes for the folks that won from the live stream on Saturday together, and I'll probably end up sending them out on Saturday morning when I get a chance. But I've been boxing them up and getting them ready to go. Our good friend V is in the house. V, I have yours already boxed up and ready to send out. I'll be putting that in the mail on Saturday. So I hope everybody's doing good. Today we're going to do 10 mistakes that first-time cruisers make. These are not something I made up. I did find them from a cruise director, a past cruise director, and these are some of the advice that was put out, and we're going to share that with you guys in a few minutes. 2 hands on the wheel, V. 2 hands on the wheel. But I appreciate you being here and listening. So yeah, good to see you guys. Glitter bombs to you, Shirley. Thank you for coming in. Like I said, it is Wednesday. Tomorrow we'll be back up at 6 a.m. at a regular morning show. But I like to break it up in the middle of the week, and that gives me a chance to sleep in and do a few other things and get some stuff going. But Terry is saying I'm right. PMA does save the day. Old glory will never fade away as long as there is someone willing to stand up for it. And you got that right, my friend. You guys know me, and I preach PMA, and that beautiful red, white, and blue flag behind me, always there to support. So let's. I heard some news today that I was a little saddened by. So let's go. We got some breaking news. So I found out before I left work today that actress of the stage and screen, Raquel Welch, passed away today at 82 years old. It's a sad thing. Many of young men, such as myself, She was somewhat of a crush for some of us in the 70s and through the 80s. Anybody that remembers Raquel knows how beautiful she was, and she was a great actress. And so CNN's reporting that the veteran actress who rose to fame in the 60s for 1 million years BC, and that's the picture there. She passed away today, according to statements from her manager. She was 82. She died this morning in Los Angeles after a brief illness. With more than 70 film and television credits, got her start as a spokesmodel on a variety show, Hollywood Palace, and had a small role in an Elvis film, Roustabout, in 1964. Her career took off 2 years later with the release of the science fiction film Fantastic Voyage, but a team of scientists shrunken and injected into a critically ill man's body, and I remember that. I'm a big science fiction fan. And then, of course, 1 million years BC, where she was in that iconic fur skin bikini, as you can see there. Let's see, while turning Welch into an international sex symbol, the poster later became a central device in the acclaimed movie The Shawshank Redemption. And if anybody remembers that, he had a poster of her on the wall, and he had carved a hole into the wall behind that, and that's how he escaped. But he covered the hole up with her poster. Let's see, a number of starring roles she had in the 60s, including westerns like Bandolero, 100 Rifles. Notable for her then controversial interracial love scene with former football star Jim Brown. Following the instant success of Fantastic Voyage and 1 Million Year BC, Welch starred as Lillian Lust in Bedazzled, the film that was later remade in 2000, starring Elizabeth Hurley and Brendan Fraser. And if you guys remember that. And then in 1973, she starred in The Three Musketeers. She won a Best Actress Golden Globe Award for her performance and reprised her role as the French character in a 1974 sequel, The Four Musketeers. I can't pronounce that name, so I'm not going to bother. But she had some roles in the 90s and sitcoms, including Seinfeld and Spin City, Evening Shade, and Sabrina the Teenage Witch. She appeared in the Legally Blonde movie alongside Reese Witherspoon. And part of being a sex symbol is very flattering, and it does help you get success in the business, but only to a point. Welch said in an interview with Cinema.com around the release of her 2001 film Tortilla Soup, it does cloud people's imagination. They just can't see you being able to do anything else. So I just wanted to do a little tribute to Raquel Welch. Like I said, she was an icon for young men like myself for many years, and she was a great lady, and we're gonna certainly miss her. So sorry to hear that, but. Shirley says she was trying to free the kids from trafficking. Kenneth is saying, May I asked who passed away? That was Raquel Welch, Kenny. She was an actress and a model. She lived a long life and entertained so many people. Her work will not be forgotten, and that is for sure. So, so I just wanted to not bring everybody down, but that was something that I found out before I left work today at 4 o'clock, and I just wanted to bring it to everybody's attention. So if you hadn't heard, star of screen and stage, Raquel Welch passes away at the age of 82. And God bless her. And our prayers go out to her family and her friends. So, yeah, that picture, right, of her in the fur bikini. Many a young man had that poster hanging in their bedroom, I'm sure. I didn't have that one, but I wish I did. I may have to buy it just for old time's sake. I don't know how Colleen will feel about that, but I did have some iconic posters. The iconic Farrah Fawcett poster of her in the bathing suit, the one piece. bathing suit poster, if anybody remembers that one from the, gosh, that was the 70s too, wasn't it? Showing my age. But yeah, so there you go. So I'm sad to hear that news, but I hope everybody had a good day today. Like I said, it is Wednesday. It is Hump Day. No cup of Joe today. I'm actually drinking some Soda Stream that I made. But tomorrow we'll be back at it at 6 a.m. like we do every weekday morning. And we'll be back for Thursday morning Cup o' Joe. But until then, let's do this. So let's find out what they're saying about some of the mistakes that that first time cruisers make. So let's get right to it. So first one is not booking the right cruise, not booking the right cruise run for your needs. So like any hotel chain, all cruise lines are different. Each offers unique experiences, and many cater to different age groups too. You know, there's the Disney cruises. That's for the family and the kids. Carnival is, it's Carnival's an eclectic wide span of ages. Some of the other ones may cater more to some older folks. And you guys that have that cruise, you may know a little bit better about the ones that cater to certain ages, but figure out what's most important to you before you book one. You know, are you looking for the party scene? And Carnival is a real good party, fun cruise. You may want to be something on more laid back on a different cruise line. And some may have some different and unique itineraries. The food may be a little different. There may be some Broadway level type entertainment versus like the game shows, and some offer like skating shows and high diving acts and whatnot. So you might also want to do an adult only one. So they do have those as well. And that's something you may want to check out. So let's see. So that's number one. And this was we're doing the 10 mistakes that first time cruisers make. So flying to the port city on the day your cruise is leaving, and that may not be a good idea just because you may get delayed. Your flight could be delayed for any reason, and it could be from the weather. And I'll give you a little example. When we were going on our 2020 cruise, we were leaving. We were actually leaving the day before, believe it or not. Or no, I'm sorry. It was that we booked it for the day of the cruise. And I got to remember back. That was 3 years ago. No, we were leaving on the Friday before the cruise was to leave. It was leaving on a Saturday, I believe. And we got snowed in here in New Hampshire. They had canceled all the flights out of the airport. And we were panicking. We didn't know what to do. They couldn't get us on a flight or even guarantee us one for Saturday morning to get us there in time. So leave it to Colleen, being the administrative assistant she is. She worked her magic, and she ended up calling another airline. They got us on. We had to go to Boston that same day. We spent the night in a Boston hotel, and we flew out really early the next morning. And we made it to the port with plenty of time. But that's something you wanted. We've learned is that you at least fly out a day early. That way you can make it to where to the port is without missing the cruise. So has anybody ever made that mistake before? Good evening, John and Nancy. How are you? Good to see you. Let's see. Cruising Scene saying hi to John and Nancy. John saying, good evening, Jimmy. I'm finally awake during one of your shows, right? Meg is saying, I like whatever ship I'm on, very adaptable. Yeah, and I'm like you as well, Meg. I don't know if I'd book a Disney cruise just with Colleen and I, but so far the ones that we've been on are pretty good, and we're pretty adaptable as well. So let's go. Let's see. Number 3. Number 3, skipping shore excursions. In many destinations, you can walk from the ship into the port and find things to do, but there are places, especially in Asia, Central America, and Europe, where the ship will dock in a cargo area or shipyard, and you just can't walk into a port. In these cases, it helps to have booked an excursion or a special tour. This cruise director recommends doing so through your cruise line because the ship will wait for you before leaving the port if your excursion or your tour is running late. And that's happened, I'm sure, to all of us that have cruised before. I know that when we were in Mexico, we were visiting Chichen Itza, and we got stuck in traffic on the way back, and the ship waited for us. We were probably 45 minutes late, but they waited for us, and that's the great part about booking your excursions through the cruise line. If you book an excursion that's not sponsored by the cruise line that you're on, they're not going to wait for you if you're late. You may find yourself having to jump on a plane and going to the next port, or just going home and getting your luggage in that at another time. So that's one of the mistakes that they make, is skipping the excursions and not having a plan. So that's one of the things we've been thinking about on the booze cruise is we're not sure if we're going to do excursions in every port of call, but I want to make sure that if we're going to get off the ship, that there's something close by right there that we can do. If not, we'll just stay on board. Has anybody had to do the dock run? I remember watching people do that, where they're running late and they're doing the dock run. So I don't want to ever have to do that. This old fat man, I don't think I'd make it. They'd probably leave without me. So let's see. What's some people are saying hi to Kenny. John is John, does it really snow in New Hampshire, or is that just a myth? Is your memory, you lost your memory that much? Have you been in Florida that long? Sure does snow in New Hampshire, but it was 60 degrees today, believe it or not. It's going to be warm the next few days, but then next week, the extended forecast is looking for snow. I don't know how much we're going to get, but they're talking about it. So who knows? It's New Hampshire, New England in February. What do they say about New England? If you don't like the weather, just don't hold your breath, because it's going to change. Did someone say a cruise? Right, Kenny? See, we've created a monster with Kenny. Well, I want to find out what his next cruise is going to be. That way I can be on it with him. If he's saying for that same reason we left 3 days in advance, plus we needed a climatized to Miami weather from the freezing weather. For sure. When we go on the booze cruise in October, we're going to go 2 days ahead of time. And it's in we leave from New Orleans. That way we can kind of bebop around the town and see a couple things before we leave on the cruise. So, hey, Jorge, how are you? Good to see you, my friend. Thanks for dropping by. Let's see who else is here. I was late in Roatan on a ship excursion. They waited, right? And that's the nice thing. So everybody had recommended to us and this cruise director that we got these 10 mistakes from. She recommends that as well. John says he's never been a pier runner, which is good. 60 for you too in Connecticut, right? It was warm here in New England. Meg's proud of Uncle John, and she's saying hi to Jorge. So, okay, so let's do this. Let's go to the next one. Not buying the drink package, even though you plan to regularly get alcoholic beverages. So if you're going to drink alcohol, the recommendation is to buy the package. If you like your adult beverages and plan on ordering a few each day, it's probably cost effective to buy the drink package. Every ship offers a different drink package for alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks. The prices of drink packages are typically shocking, But you might feel worse if you skip the deal and you see your alcohol bill at the end of the cruise. We have done that before, and it is kind of shocking to see the amount of money you end up spending when you get your bill just on alcohol. So I'm not saying we drink a lot of it, but at least you have so many you can drink a day. And I think we paid $60 a day each, and I forget how many drinks that is per person. Somebody could tell me. That's for Carnival. I think it's $60. And Meg is saying she would say that it's not worth it if you only drink beer, but for wine and liquor for sure. So yeah, I don't drink beer. We've talked about this before. I love beer, but it just doesn't like me. So I'll drink whiskey on the rocks. And I think for the amount of money that you would pay in a bar room for the whiskey, I think it'd be worth it. Again, we don't really drink too much, but we're adults and we like to have an adult beverage. So they recommend that if you're going to drink, you should most likely just buy the drink package. James says he's getting the cash bar card. So yeah, you can buy I guess it's like a debit card. You pay the cash ahead of time. And I think that's probably good because you won't be paying the fees for the ATM. If you were to use the ATM on board, they charge you quite a lot of money in order to do that. So one thing I did learn about the drink packages is before you get out into international waters, you have to pay the tax regardless of whether you have the plan or not. So, I mean, I'm sure it's not a lot, but once you get out into international waters, you've paid for them ahead of time and there's no tax involved. So Meg's saying, I think it's especially worth it if you like specialty coffee and sodas as well. Yeah, and that's something I found out, which the specialty coffees are included, which I think is cool. So, and Colleen was excited about that. So, I drink my coffee black typically, but I think on board we'll probably have some specialty coffees. I don't know. We'll have to see. So, Najuma says she didn't get the package. Had a few drinks, drank mostly beer. And from what Meg's saying, if you're a beer drinker, it's probably not worth it. But Colleen likes wine and mixed drinks, and I like whiskey and mixed drinks. So we'll see. This is our first time getting the drink package, so who knows? I don't know how it will be, but it's live and learn, right? So we'll see how that works. So one thing that they recommend as well, or one of the mistakes that they say people make, is taking the daily added gratuities off of your cruise price. So that's if you can go to the concierge desk, I guess, on board, and you can remove the gratuities off of it. And what we do is we pay the gratuities ahead of time, so that everything is prepaid. And that seems to work out for us. What they're saying, if just like in restaurants, tipping is part of the cruising, many cruises automatically add a daily gratuity fee to the bookings, but I've seen people go to the front desk and remove them. And she says, please don't do this. Look, a lot of these people, they're working hard, and part of their pay is their tip. It's just like in a restaurant. And I don't know how well the bartenders and the wait staff get paid on a cruise line, but I'm sure the tips, they rely on that. So don't take the tips off when they add it to the bill. Pay the tip, and that's paying it forward, like we always say. I want to make sure we pay things forward. So these people are not getting rich. The ones that are working on these cruise lines, they're making their daily pay and making their living. So not a cool thing to do. So let's not do that. So booking the wrong cabin is the next one. booking the wrong cabin. So for me, and we're all different. Thank you, John, about hitting the thumbs up. I appreciate that. John is saying James is saying you need 15 drinks a day to make up the package worth it. I don't know if I'm going to drink 15 a day. Certainly not 15 whiskeys, but depending, we'll see. I know that a lot of people, I've heard stories of people that try to keep up and do their 15 drinks a day. They end up getting really drunk by the end of the day. I don't know. I don't plan on getting, stumbling drunk on board. So we'll see. It was something we thought we would try. It is a little expensive. Like I said, it's $60 a day per person. And that includes, like we said, the specialty coffees and the bottomless bubbles, which is the soda. So, Paula's saying hi to beautiful Miss Meg. Do cruise companies demand you wear specific clothes on board? Well, I think they demand that you wear clothes. I think as far as some of them, when they do formal nights, they're a little bit laxed. Casual attire is okay, I guess. Somebody else may be able to help me out with that. I've only been on 2 cruises, so Colleen and I do prefer to get dressed up on formal night. I'm not wearing a tux, but I'll dress up with a suit and tie. We like to dress up. It's fun for us, so that's something we do. But and Shirley's saying you can pace it out with food and water. James is saying that's why he gets the cash card. That way he's not trying to down 15 cocktails. John is saying the problem with the drink package is that it's easy to break even on a sea day, but you lose ground on port days. And I imagine that, right? When you're taking an excursion, you're not on board. So, but okay, let's talk about booking the wrong cabin. So I don't know about you guys, but I know for me, I'm somewhat spoiled and I like a balcony. An interior room won't do for me. Neither will a room with just a window. I want a balcony with a view. I don't want an obstructed one. And I make sure that when I book the cruises that that's one of the big things that I double and triple check to make sure that I have a balcony that has a view that's not obstructed. So your room and cabin position can impact your entire trip. For example, if you get seasick, you might want to book a cabin in a certain part of the ship. My cabin, which is this person here that's giving us the advice, is located on deck 7 at the bow of the ship and gets rocky. Travel agent can definitely help you select the right cabin for your needs, especially if you're cruising for the first time. So we did make a mistake on my first cruise, I'll tell you that. So I learned to look at the deck plans of the ship that we're going to sail on. The first cruise I went on, I did get a balcony with a view, and it was great. But my room was directly either over or under the nightclub. And I go to bed early. Most nights I'm in bed by 10, and depending on the day. But, yeah, the booming and the music and everything, I could hear it until just about, 1 or 2 a.m., and it kept me awake. So that was a mistake I made. So you want to make sure that you book the right cabin for you. That way you don't end up like me and listening to the disco dancing all night long. Or and remember, there's people on these cruise ships. That everybody's doing something different, and you're going to hear people in the hallway. Some people go to bed early. Some people go to bed later. Some people may get overserved, and you'll hear them coming down the hallway, which is kind of entertaining at times, I must say. Like, again, I've only been on the 2 cruises, but both times you can hear the late people and stumbling and laughing and all of that. So Terry is saying someone I knew would buy brand new clothes for each cruise she went on. And some people do that. I know that my wife, she'll buy a new outfit or something to bring on the cruise. And I may update a shirt or a t-shirt or some new shorts. I don't go crazy. I have a good assortment of suits that I wear. I may get a new bathing suit depending. My weight goes up and down too. So depending on my size of my waistline, I may have to buy new clothes in order to get the right clothing to fit. And like some people say that because of the food, you may have to bring a pair of pants that's a size or two larger than what you brought just so you can fit into them. I don't know how true that is, but I know that there's a lot of food to eat for sure. So Meg says, you definitely learn what kind of cabin you need on the first cruise. I learned that I love interiors, didn't love the porthole, did a balcony once and it wasn't for me. I was never out there. And I get that. It's all about what you like. So, and I think that's what they're saying by booking the wrong cabin. You want to make sure that you get the one that you want. The balcony for Colleen and I, every morning we order coffee and some sort of breakfast food, whether it's croissants or fruit or something, every morning at 5:30. And I sit out on the balcony and I watch the sun come up and I drink my coffee and I eat my breakfast snack. And then we'll go up and we'll have second breakfast somewhere. We may share a little bit or go to the buffet and then just get something a little bit smaller. But that's what we do, but it's up to you. That's the nice thing about cruises. There's so much stuff to do and so many different choices. And John's saying the same thing, nothing but interiors for him. Besides the cost savings, they are nice and dark, and we sleep a lot better. Plus, we are never in the cabin. Totally get that, and it's totally up to you, like I said. So make sure you book the right cabin. The next one, I'm looking for it, is here it is right here. Complaining about noise and movements the whole cruise. So you do know that you're on a floating hotel, right? And that ship is going to move. I know that there's parts of the ship that you can feel it more than others. I rather enjoy the gentle sway of the ship, especially when I'm sleeping. It helps rock me, this big baby, to bed. I enjoy that. And like I said, I was talking about people in the hallways. You're going to hear the rumble of the engine sometimes. You're going to hear the sound of the nightclubs, depending on where you are. And I'm sure we all have stories about some of the sounds and the noises and the moving of the ship. That's par for the course. Meg is saying that's the best thing about cruising. Everyone can do their own thing on their own way. And that is the beauty of it. Even if you're traveling with a group, you all don't have to go on the same excursion. Somebody like me, I like the history side of it. I may want to visit some old building or fort or some ancient structure, and somebody may not be into that. They may want to go to Mr. Sancho's, or they just go to the beach or swim with the dolphins. It's totally up to you. And there's so many choices that you can do on board and off. So do your thing. And you don't need to complain about the noise. You think that people would understand. Many people complain about not being able to sleep because of the movement of the ship or a cracking sound in the wall. Expect both of those on a cruise because you're going to feel it and you're going to hear it. Here's another one is not preparing for the change in the weather. So even most of the cruises we take, we're going in a temperate climate, and it's usually hot. But depending on the time of year and where you're leaving out of and coming back to, or where you're going, it could get really hot or it could get cold. When we took the cruise in 2020 out of New Orleans, the the ride back in the Gulf was very rough and it got cold. I would say it was, with the wind, you probably felt like it was in the 50s. It may have been 60 degrees, but it was chilly. I always bring a windbreaker or a sweatshirt with me. If you have to, you can buy something on board, but that can get expensive. So just make sure that you bring something with you. And, a sweater, a light sweater, or a light jacket like this man is wearing. And that'll help you just in case it gets a little chilly. Also, a hurricane season in some of the islands we go to. Hopefully, you're not going to run into a hurricane while you're on your excursions. But it can rain. It can go from very hot to somewhat chilly, especially if it rains and you get wet. You can buy ponchos and things like that. But if you have your own little coat, I have, like I said, a windbreaker that I can really crunch up and fit right into my backpack in one of the small pockets, and that helps keep me warm enough. So, let's see. Najuma's saying she had an interior midship on deck 2. It was great. And Meg says never sleep better than when on the ship, and I'm with you. It's something about that gentle sway and rocking. It's kind of like almost similar to the waterbed that I had. Let's see, where else are we? I got to go through my list here, make sure that we got everything. I think there's one more. There's 2 more. Failing to research the port or the destinations before boarding the ship. So you want to make sure that... wait, we did that, didn't we? I think we did. Let's go to this last one. Thinking that everything is included on a cruise, and it's not. We just talked about that. Taxes, if you're not in international waters. The alcohol certainly isn't included in your all-inclusive price that you pay. And there's some other things. You can get in-room gifts and in-room snacks. That's all extra. If you have the what do they call it? The mini bar in your room. That's not included. So there's a lot that isn't included, and don't think that it is included, because it is not. You're gonna get a bill at the end of the cruise, and some things you can pay ahead of time. Like I said, the gratuities, especially for the makeup of your cabin. So when you have your the person that takes care of your stateroom, you have to tip them, and some people didn't know that. So you do have to pay them, and if you don't pay them up front, then you're going to pay them at the backside. So just remember that those people, they get their tip as well. And I haven't had a bad experience with folks taking care of our staterooms for us. It's been great. They do a good job. They make up the room. If you put your little "Don't Disturb" card on the door, they won't bother you at all. So those folks work hard, and they deserve the gratuity at the end. So, but just remember, not everything is included, especially the alcohol. There's certain trinkets and things that you'll buy that it all costs extra. So those are the 10 things, or the 10 mistakes that first-time cruisers can make. And again, this is not something that I made up. I did find this information online so that I could share it with everybody else. Hi, Victoria. Hope Bus is here. Victoria from Hope Bus is in the house. Thank you for coming in. We're just talking about... all right, she's asking me if weed is legal, and no, it is not. Even CBD oils and gummies and that, if you get caught on board, you will get arrested. So you can't bring those on cruises. Some people go, when you go to Jamaica especially, there's some of the Jamaicans will come around and offer you to buy marijuana when you're on the beach. And my advice to you is if you smoke the marijuana, wait till you get home. Because if you have it on board, you will get arrested. And I'm sure many of us that have cruised before, and we can do a show of hands. I saw my last cruise, I saw someone get arrested. I don't know if it was for weed or not, but they were arrested and they were escorted off the ship by the police at the port. So not exactly sure what they did, but bringing illegal drugs in that on board is not good. Even if weed is legal where you live, it's not legal on the cruise ship or it's in some of the countries we go to. So I would say let's leave that at home. Yep, Meg's raised her hand. She's seen somebody get arrested too. And I know we talked about this in one of my other live streams. And for sure, some of us have seen people get in trouble. And it could be they're just unruly or they're not a very good drinker. In most cases, it's because they've either bought weed somewhere or they've done something nasty. So Cruising Scene says, we like getting a room in the center of the ship. Less movement, also no smoking in Mexico. That's right. So that's a new rule for them, right? Within the last year or so, that there's no smoking in public in Mexico. So if you're a smoker, you're going to have to just kind of wait or stay on the ship because it's against the law. And who wants to get arrested in a foreign country? Not me. So not gonna do it. Also, I know Sea Legs Journey, they talked about some things. They talked about the drugs and weapons. Believe it or not, I guess some people will bring weapons on board with them. I don't know what people are thinking, but that's crazy. But weapons aren't allowed on board. And then medication, they were talking about not bringing the Sunday through Saturday little boxes to put your medication in. Now, I'll be honest, I brought one the last time we went, and I didn't have a problem. They were talking about making sure that you bring the actual medicine bottles, each one with the medication. Has anybody had an issue with them bothering you if you bring the like one of those Monday through or those Sunday through Saturday boxes with you on board versus bringing the pill bottles? I'm going to put the link up to the stream there too, so if anybody wants to come up, just let me know. So that's good advice from the Cruising Scene about smoking. I'm not I smoke cigars, but I would only smoke them on board. I like a nice glass of scotch or whiskey with a cigar, and I don't typically walk around smoking a cigar anywhere. But Mr. Tranquillo saying hello, Mr. Tranquillo, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Victoria says, smart question, but I was totally kidding. I would never smoke abroad, right? Hey, look, some people would ask. I had a friend that he thought it was okay when he was in Jamaica to get a little weed and smoke it, but lucky for him, he was smart enough to leave it in Jamaica before they left. But I wouldn't take the chance. Meg says she's had no issues with that, but I don't take prescription meds. Yeah, wait till you get old like me. Hopefully you'll stay healthy enough and you won't have to. John says he brings those boxes for every cruise and never had a problem. And the 2 cruises that Colleen and I have been on, we've brought both of them, and we've never had a problem as well. At least not on Carnival. And I know John and Nancy, you guys travel on several different cruise lines, so I don't think I'd worry too much about that. We went on a cruise in October and then again in February. I bought those medicine boxes on both times and never had a problem, and that's good to know. One other thing that we talked about, and I know in one of the streams, it may have been Michael Ann's stream, we talked about bringing electrical devices with us. So, of course, we all have phones, and most of us are content creators, so we have batteries and we have chargers and that. I've never had a really big problem with that. Most of my chargers are USB, and I bought it's not a plug strip, but it's a plug device that's a non-surge protected device. And that's what you can bring on board with you. You can't bring a surge protector. So the regular, the long, do I have one here? That's across the room. But you know what I'm talking about, the 6 plug strip. Kenny, I put the link in if you want to come up. Let me remove some of this here. So yeah, you can't bring a surge protected electric device with you, but you can. And the one I got is on Amazon, and it's square. It's about this big, and I think it has 4 USB outlets and 2 regular grounded plug outlets. And we've used that twice on our cruise, and it's great because that helps keep all of our devices, our camera batteries, and that all charged up and ready to go when we're sorry, I was reading the chat. When you're ready to go and do your filming. Are you asking me, or who are you asking, Victoria? I am not near Ohio. James Catneys is near Ohio, believe it or not. Meg says, yeah, she bought one of those outlet extenders for the March cruise. One thing we were talking about, so as some of you know that I was MIA over the last year and towards the new year because of I found out I had sleep apnea. So now I have a CPAP machine, and I have to bring that with me. Hey, Bamanola, good evening to you, sir. Thanks for coming in. So some of the rooms, there's no outlet near the bed. It's across the room. There's only 1 or 2 outlets in the room. And, for whatever reason, they do that because of some of these ships are built in other countries or whatever. I'm not sure exactly why, but I've heard different reasons. But the issue is that how am I going to get something long enough to plug my CPAP machine into... Hi, Kenny. Hold on. Let me get you up here. Hello, Kenny. What's happening, my brother?
Howdy.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, too. I'm at the rehab facility. You'll have to read me the chat because I cannot see the chat. I'm on my phone, and so, yeah, I can't see the comments on
Okay, so if you get any questions, I'll definitely let you know. Mega's saying hi to Kenny. She's giving you a hug.
Howdy.
So I was talking about the CPAP. So I was talking with, I think it was Mike from Clock Family Adventures, because he has one as well. And he had to bring a short extension cord with him, which is okay. That way he could plug in and have an outlet near the bed so that he could plug his CPAP in. So for any of you that haven't experienced that issue yet, that may be something you want to bring with you. I know I'll be bringing that on my cruise in October. Terry says she has a phobia of getting on a ship, stems from the Titanic thing. Some guy got killed on your birthday, May 31st, taking the blocks from under the ship. Yeah, you were telling us that the other day, and I'm sorry about the phobia. Some people are afraid of flying. Some people may be afraid of going on a ship. Those are real things. Phobias are real. But if you could ever find your way to get on a cruise ship, and I know Kenny will back me up on this, it'll change your life.
Yes, amen to that, because I absolutely had the best time of my life back in October of 2022 when I was on the Carnival Horizon. Went to Aruba, Bonaire, La Ramona, and Limerick.
Right on. Bamanola says he's got 2 days and 17 hours until he gets on the Mardi Gras. And I'm envious, not jealous, but envious.
Oh.
Kenny, I can hear you. There you are. You're back.
Yeah, this internet signal here in this rehab facility really stinks.
How's your dad doing? How's he feeling?
I'm doing pretty good.
Oh, excellent.
He's doing pretty good. He's eating dinner. We just got through eating some good old Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Oh, excellent. One of my favorites.
Let me back it up. We actually had the chicken livers is what we had.
Chicken liver?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, nice. Excellent. How was it? Was it good?
Oh, my God, it's wonderful.
It'll make your tongue slap your brain.
Kenny, that never gets old. Believe me. Meg says she has a phobia of escalators.
You don't know your tongue slap your brain, but it'll make your tongue slap a few other places too.
Right? Terry says she has no problem with small watercraft. She just can't swim very well. Well, believe me, if you were on a cruise, you wouldn't have to worry. There's plenty of things to help you. And they put you through training the very first day. You got to go through training, and you got to muster and find your muster station and just in case. But Bamanola says he has a CPAP machine. Carnival usually furnishes the cord. I took an extension cord one time and they took it from me. So that's something I'll definitely check. So that's good advice. So they will provide it. So I'm assuming when you go on your cruise in 2 days, then you're going to ask them to provide you with it. Now, do you ask them ahead of time, or do you do it when you get on board? Meg says, yes, chicken liver. John says he loves Kentucky Fried Chicken. Terry made burritos from scratch. Terry says, Meg, I used to do it. I used to too, but after doing it a few times, I'm old hat now. So, all right. Meg is saying, okay, friends, got to save the rest of my battery for the walk home. Have a great evening. Meg, thank you as always. Love you and peace to you. And have a good night. And who knows, maybe I'll see you tomorrow. We are going to be up at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, back to my regular morning live stream. But so Pamanola is saying, yes, they know ahead of time. Okay, so I'll make sure that I let them know ahead of time before I get on board. That way we can have an extension cord waiting.
Have a good one, Meg.
You would say hi to Mr. Paul for us. Terry says she cooks every day except for salad days. Najuma's saying have a good night, Meg. Terry's saying see you. Meg, be safe. Cruising Scene saying hi to Najuma. Kenny's saying hi to Najuma.
Hey, Cruising Scene. Hey, so everybody in the chat.
So, one person I didn't say hi to was Warmstrong Adventures. How are you, my friend?
Hey, Warmstrong Adventures.
You snuck in while I was flapping my jaws. I'm sorry I didn't overlook you. Flapping my jaws, Dad. So if I missed anybody else, I'm looking back in the chat and I apologize. Victoria from Hope Bus was here. Kenny, I don't know if you saw her, Mr. Tranquillo.
Hey, yeah, I seen her in the chat before I come up.
I think we got everybody.
Hope Bus.
Oh, Dyson Crazy Adventures are here.
Hey, Dyson's Crazy Adventure.
Good evening to you guys. I hope you're doing well. I'm about to burp. We went over the 10 mistakes that first-time cruisers make. And I'm sure that's just some of the mistakes, but there was 10. So if you guys want to look back in the replay, that you can. I didn't make them up. I did research and got those online from an actual cruise director. So there was some good advice there. Some people, I think everybody enjoyed that. Najuma says they will get the water you need for the CPAP machine as well. Yeah, we need distilled water for that. You can't use tap water. It'll ruin the machine, and you don't want to be breathing in because of the humidifier. Heats the water up, and nobody wants to be breathing in all those minerals. I certainly don't. Bamanola saying hi to Dyson, the Dyson family. Najum is saying hello, Kenny, and cruising scene. And Dyson Crazy Adventures is saying they're doing good, just working. Well, I'm glad you took the time out to come into the stream. Kenny's hanging out with his dad. They just got done eating some chicken livers and some Kentucky Fried Chicken, which sounds fantastic.
Yeah, we had chicken livers, coleslaw, and mashed taters and gravy.
I love the Kentucky Fried Chicken coleslaw. It's one of my favorites. I love that.
See, that's about the only way that I will eat mayonnaise. Otherwise, other than coleslaw and macaroni salad, and I like a little bit in my potato salad and a little bit of mayonnaise in my deviled eggs, but I want more mustard in my potato salad and more mustard in my deviled eggs. But
right,
other than
you won't.
Other
You won't put mayo on a sandwich then if you have a sandwich?
No, I won't. I won't.
Dad's like, nope. No, sir.
No.
There's no tongue slap in the brain with mayo on a sandwich.
Nope. I won't even eat mayo with tomato sandwiches like some people do. Now, I will substitute the mayo for mustard. I'll eat mustard and tomato sandwiches. And mustard and tomato and onion sandwiches.
You were eating onions and lox on bagels. I'm just looking at V right now. She's saying, thanks for the company. She's been driving. She said, thanks for the company, Jimmy and Kenny, and all in the chat. And I watched the video of you eating the lox and bagels with V, with the capers on it.
Did.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, and but that stuff there that I had with V, that stuff would definitely make your tongue slap your brain.
You were making me hungry just watching the video. I wanted to go out to the store and get some lox and bagels. I like smoked salmon, and who doesn't like onion and a bagel either, So, and I like capers as well. Had you had capers before, Kenny?
No, I never had capers before.
So that was your first time. They're kind of pickled and small. They're a little salty, I think, but they don't taste bad. Let's see.
And I had escargot. That was good, too.
That's something I've never had yet. I haven't eaten a snail. Not that I can remember.
Well, maybe when you go on that booze cruise, maybe you could try it then.
Well, you know what, Kenny? That sounds like a challenge. So you know what? I'm going to get it, and I'm going to videotape me eating it and telling you, Kenny, look, I'm going to try it, and we'll see if I like it or not.
It's especially good with that garlic butter that they use and some other type of seasonings that they use in it.
Yeah, well, I'll have to try it now. Let's see. John and Nancy are saying hello to Miss V. Terry from Crazy Cat Woman is saying Kentucky Fried Chicken reminds her so much of my late mother. Used to be our treat food. It's really good. I love KFC. It's one of my favorite things to get. And V says the lox and bagels were delish. Yeah, you guys look like you were enjoying it. Like I said, you were making me hungry watching the video of it.
I'm probably cracking her up when I say, make your tongue slap your brain.
You're killing me. I told you I'm still gonna do that. I'm gonna design the T-shirt. We're gonna make a T-shirt, Kenny, and we'll have a picture of you with your tongue coming out and slapping your brain. I love it. Oh, that's awesome. Let's see who else. Hey, Roy and Becky Travels are here. Hi guys,
Roy,
how are
Becky.
you? Good to see you guys. I was in your live stream earlier today, but for a short time. I sneak in. Shh, don't tell anybody. But when I'm at work, I sneak into some live streams, but I can't stay long. But I always want to make sure that I say hi when I can and support all my friends. So thank you for coming in, guys. We appreciate that. V says, Jimmy, welcome to the club of giggles when he says that, right? Oh my gosh. Ken, and I remember watching the video of you and V laughing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they're laughing so hard. And then in the first stream, when you were on with one of the first streams with me, and you said it, I was laughing so hard I almost peed my pants. So, yeah, it's awesome. I love that. Laughing is good too. It's good for the soul.
I'm sure that when we ever get to meet in person, we'll be going to get some food, and it'll make our tongue slap our brain.
That's right. You're gonna catch me right off guard, and you're gonna say it, and that'll be that. I'll probably have a mouthful of food or a drink, and I'll end up coming out my nose or something. Oh gosh. Oh man. So Kenny, how's the weather down there today? You're in North Carolina, right? Be careful.
I'm in
We got him going, V. V says we need to have a tongue slap your brain meet up and cruise. I think we do. Oh goodness me. Oh man. Oh, stop. Oh, now see, my sides are hurting.
Oh, God.
V says Jimmy tag team, right? Oh goodness. See, now I'm crying. You got me crying. Oh, you're killing me, brother.
I'm in Spruce Pine, North Carolina. I'm in Spruce Pine, North Carolina, and the weather has been like in the
He can't stop now, V. She says, "Thanks, Kenny. I can pinch Jimmy's cheeks now, right?" Oh my goodness!
I got a little bit.
All right, wait. I need a deep breath. Okay. So has it been warm?
Oh, yes, it's been like up in the 60s today.
Oh, nice.
And I've not actually had to have a. Believe it or not, I'm not actually. When I go out the door, I've not actually had to have a jacket. So it's actually
Nope.
been so warm that the yellow jackets have already come out.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think they're a little confused. Not quite time for that yet, but careful, don't be coughing up any chicken livers now. Laughing so hard. Oh, all right. What time is it? Oh, golly, we've been going over an hour now. I'm gonna have to hit the road. Best medicine, right? That's what Terry's saying. Best medicine is laughing, and you got that right. Kenny, thank you for coming in, my friend. It's good to see you. It's good to see you laugh.
Yes, likewise. This is one of the most memorable live streams.
Hey, Tom Girl City, how are you?
Hey, Tom Girl City.
I think Kenny and I are doing pretty good right now, and the rest of the folks in the chat, we're all having a good laugh. Which, like Terry just said, it's the best medicine. Careful, buddy.
What y'all been drinking?
He wants to know what we've been drinking. He wants some of that.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm drinking orange soda pop. That's all I got.
Hey,
Right now.
Have you tried that strawberry and cream Dr. Pepper?
Have you tried that strawberries and cream Dr. Pepper?
No, I've seen it. How is it?
It's actually pretty good.
Good.
Is it?
I'm having one now. No kidding me. Because of my sugar.
He's having one now, but
Oh,
they just recently got it here in North Carolina.
I'm gonna have to
There's
make
such
those
a
zero
high
or
there's such a high demand right now that you can't hardly find them even in North Carolina or anywhere else because there's just such a high demand in them.
yeah. I've seen it advertised, but I haven't seen it in the stores here yet. I'm sure it will be. Terry, Crazy Catwoman says, "Thank you, Kenny, for making her laugh."
Oh, you're welcome.
Uh,
I hope it made somebody's day. By the way, if you have not seen today's daily devotional reading that I did on my daily dose of the Bible, the video just dropped. So,
all right, so let's check that out. Somebody want to put Kenny's link? Somebody want to put Kenny's link in the Terry, if you can. I think you're the only one I got in here right now that's a mod. But
some people said that they hadn't been getting notifications from my channel or anything. So I don't know.
We'll make sure that we get that out, Kenny. I'm gonna watch it after we get done here with the stream. And it's Daily Dose of the Bible, KJV, Kenneth Oaks. That's his other channel, not to be confused with the Ford Man, a.k.a. Kenneth Oaks. Kenny, thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
And Papa, thank you. I'm glad you're feeling better. And
there he is.
There.
See you, man.
Hey, buddy. I'm glad you're doing okay.
Yeah,
and speedy recovery, my friend.
I hope so, but the bleeding came back on me, brother. They had to patch my leg again.
His leg started breaking open again for some odd reason. Not sure why.
Hopefully they can figure it out and get it to heal up quick, because
his magnesium and his potassium and his sodium levels have been out they've been out of whack too.
So yeah, they're still trying to get those under control, huh?
Yeah.
I have to take medicine 3 times a day.
He has to take medicine 3 times a day for him, and things. Right now, they got him at a pretty good, stable condition, right? Is that what you?
Pretty well. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's gonna talk
Stable's good,
to me. Yeah,
and
she's
just
gonna talk to me in the morning to let me know what everything says.
And
Doing my blood report.
that they do blood work. I think once a week, is it?
Once or twice.
Once or twice a week.
yeah.
What they're looking for, you know?
Well, like it says, one day at a time, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
One day at a time. That's all we can do. But I'm praying for you every day. I just want you to know that. I think about you guys every day, and
He appreciate me and Dad both appreciate everybody's prayers, everybody's comments and well wishes and everything. He
well, that's
especially thanks you all for the birthday wishes. As
oh
y'all know,
yeah,
he did turn 73 Saturday, so
73. God bless you, sir. And
this
I wished
past
you
night.
happy birthday on Facebook and on the live stream the other day. So you enjoy that. And
The way this thing works here, you're lucky if you get 5 minutes to do anything.
yeah,
And every time I put something in, it erases it right away. So I don't know who all gets my messages, you know.
He don't know who all gets his messages or anything.
right, right.
I try to say thanks to everybody at one time.
He tries to say thanks to everybody at one time. So
Well, I heard you say thanks on your birthday the other day, and I just heard you now, and everybody else. We got 10 in the chat right now, and I know we had, gosh, I think we had up to 14 people there just recently. So people hear
did
you.
y'all check out that video that Kicking It Country had?
Was it yesterday's video or the day before?
On my birthday.
It was on his birthday. It was on Saturday.
I saw one. It may have been. I may have seen it already. I'll have to go back and look. I'm getting old.
It's on Kicking It Country's channel.
I watched one that they were doing the other day, so I'll have to go back and review. But we're gonna head over to when we're done here. Everybody go over and check out Kenny's second channel. I've lost my train of thought now, Kenny. Daily Dose of the Bible with Kenneth Oakes. So check out his channel. I'm gonna get going. I just heard the bell ring, and Colleen is probably, that means she's home from work. Wednesdays are a late night. That's why I do the night. I do the night stream. So I want to thank you, my friend. You and your dad. It's good to hear from you guys and see you, of course, as always. I want to thank everybody that came into the show tonight. I hope you enjoyed. This was a little different for me, doing the 10 mistakes that first-time cruisers make, and I'll try to do more of this, and I'll try to feature some sort of a breaking news of the day like we did earlier. Raquel Welch did pass away today at the age of 82, and sorry to hear that. But like I said, my prayers and thoughts go out to her family and her friends. And like I said, thank you, everybody. Don't forget PMA, Positive Mental Attitude. PMA does save the day, and you need to believe me when I tell you, because I am living proof of that. And that's all. I'm going to leave it there. But don't forget that red, white, and blue, Old Glory, never fades away. And respect that flag, and remember the folks who have put their safety in their lives to protect that piece of cloth, because it means more than the cloth that it's printed on. They've been out there to protect our freedoms, and the first responders and the service folks that are out there right now that are keeping an eye on the country so that we can do what we're doing. So that's going to be it. Kenny, you got anything left? The last thing you want to say before we sign off?
No, thanks for having me up, and I'll see you around the YouTube streets. And don't forget to check out my latest daily dose of the Bible devotional.
I'm going to watch it.
I'll be putting on another one tomorrow. So
We're going to. I'm going to watch it tonight when we get done. Let me just catch up with the real quick. Lily and Tittle. Hi, Lily. How are you? Thank you for coming in. Sorry we didn't get to see you earlier, but we're going to get out of here. Cruising Scene says, Papa B-Day video was awesome. Najuma says, have a great night, everybody. John from J&N Travel says, great to finally get you live. Yes, it is. And Roy and Becky are saying, have a great evening, everybody. So that's going to do.
In the mornings.
He's going to try to catch you again in the morning, he says.
All right, sir. I look forward to it. That's 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, Eastern Standard Time. And I guess, well, that's going to do it for me. And on behalf of Mr. Kenneth Oakes, it's going to do it for both of us. So thanks, everybody, for coming in. I want, as always, want to wish all of you guys peace and some love from deep down in my heart. And I guess we'll see you guys later. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.